Angels, this is going to be our full moon in Libra reading, and I'm starting this reading at literally, but very unintentionally, just coincidentally, at 11:11 p.m. on the day of the full moon in Libra, Saturday, the 16th of April. And I'm using this Twin Flame Oracle deck. Is that what it's called again? Yeah, my girls got this for me. And I just got them yesterday. Twin Flame Oracle. Okay. We're starting with surrender. Detach, trust, free fall. Have faith that all will be well. And the next card is control. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, and good. The next one is in reverse. I think these go together. Surrender, control. Like let go, basically. This is that free fall. That's, free fall. I was going to say, did I read it wrong? Is it free will? Free fall. I think that's what we're meant to do. Is to just like go with the flow. Stagnation, delusion, release the need to control situations. But I'm reading these together. Surrender, control, like that's a complete sentence. Of course, for some people, they could have additional meanings on their own too. Just surrender in general, and then there's one about something control. And this full moon, let's see, Libra rules the 7th house in general. So that would be like, oh, look, fresh start. So things will come to an end. Things will come to a close with the full moon always. This one's going to be no different. And of course, endings always give way to new beginnings. New opportunity, release the past. This is your second chance. So I was saying Libra is the 7th house of the zodiac. So that's in general. It's not going to be the 7th house in each of our charts, but in general, it's the 7th house of the zodiac. And so that means our closest one-on-one relationships. So that includes, of course, the romantic ones, our mates, our spouses, like our BFFs, right? You know, our very best friends, close family members, our parents, our kids, our siblings, things like that. Maybe situations that we've been having with them that need balance, that need resolution, whatever, those things coming to an end and sort of evening out the scales, evening out everything being tempered. And maybe that'll give us cause and appreciation, perhaps for family, for love, for loved ones, for waking up in the morning. Your twin appreciates you. See the blessings and practice appreciation. Appreciate. Then we got pause. Inaction. Calmness. Step back and wait for a sign. So if you just find yourself still and without much going on, take advantage of that like hermit opportunity to not do anything, to not feel forced to do anything. Maybe to get some rest. Sometimes we're all just like going. And, you could really need to just sit down. And it's doing that without being worried that something's going to go wrong. And we ended up in the same card. I didn't realize I had done that. So we got the pause again. That's our overall energy. And the next card that's also upright is no. The answer to your question is no, which is also a complete sentence. Like we don't have to give people an explanation why we're saying no. If we do, it's like of our own accord. We don't owe anybody that, is the message that I'm getting. We're going to start with the cross spread. What I like about these cards is that I can tell whether or not they're reversed. There are no reversals in the deck. I can tell whether or not they're upside down. So if I choose to do any clarifications, those of you who are familiar with my channel, you know that when I clarify a card, I like to pick the next upright card. So I'll go skipping through the deck until I come across one that's upright. So I like the fact that I can tell which ones are upright and which ones are not. Because obviously when I use a regular tarot deck, I can't do that. I just pull the next card, which works too. It's just a quirk of mine, as they say. This is going to be love specific, this placement here. And And this will be the one that takes us into the next major moon phase, the new moon in Taurus. Sun actually enters Taurus this week too. Right, so our overall energy is pause, inaction, calmness, step back, wait for a sign. And if there's a yes or no question also pending, no. Or I could read this as a complete sentence. It's kind of like, wait, no, you know, like maybe you were going to do something. It's like, no, wait, no, never mind. Cancel, delete. So that may mean something for someone too. Recent past, and of course recent past can always be, you know, it can be like the recent past from before today, before I did this reading, or it can be next week because the reading covers a period of like 2 weeks into the next moon phase. So recent past, we have summer. It's time to see the sunny side. Your answers arrive in summer. So maybe something that started in the recent past won't be resolved, won't be, and it won't culminate, or the phase won't come, you know, to an end, or you won't see the results, maybe something you've been trying to manifest until the summer. Big goal. So maybe it is something really large that you've been trying to bring about in your life, and you will see the results of those actions, possibly involving a job or something like that. Yes, career, business, success. Claim your place in the world. And that will come with actual monetary gain or material wealth, money, career, status, third dimension stuff. Right? Make your mark. So something starts, maybe a business, maybe you start a business, and then in the summer is when it really officially opens. You have your grand opening, a boom, or a launch, or you start a job, and June is, you know, you get hired now, and June is when you start, or you take a training now, and June is when, you know, June, July, the summer, whatever, is when you get hired. All of those are possibilities surrounding this. It's something you've been focused on, something you've been manifesting. Could even be tied to inheritance, I'm getting. And maybe not because of the moon transit, but because of another transit that started recently, Saturn having entered Aquarius. I just got something about inheritances as well. So near future. Journal. Write, process, contemplate, and understand your sacred journey. Control, stagnation, delusion, release the need to control situations, and divine timing, patience, perseverance, peace, trust that the divine knows when. So something, there's something that can't be forced here. Now what you can do is take notes. Like in the morning when you wake up from a dream, write it down right away. When you're awake and you have thoughts, you know, ideas right away. You might want to just write down what you did throughout your day, like a real diary. Something that some of us or many of us haven't done, maybe many of us never did, or many of us haven't done since we were children, you know, well, especially little girls. And those, looking back and going through those pages is going to reveal a lot to you. And you'll be able to maybe even understand that something is happening, like just it's going to come about just at the right time. But you can see it. When we can see something is falling into place, is coming about, is on the horizon, then the fear tends to go away. It's like when we're unsure as to whether or not things are ever going to go our way, you know, something that we really want is ever going to come about, when we're afraid. Unless it's from the higher self. We have separation, no contact, 5D. So this is the 5D placement of the reading, which is funny. This is the 3D one here. And the 5D card that says 5D landed up here. Nightmares. Ooh. Focus on your own happiness. Destruction. Tower moment. Unexpected change. New opportunities. And surrender. Detach, trust, free fall. Have faith that all will be well. So even if something comes to an end, and also this is going to be brought about by that Saturn in Aquarius too, so maybe that's why I was made to think about it. People, places, things are really being removed from our life. Not now more than any other time that I can remember before. And it's okay, is basically the message from spirit. Like, just again, just go with it, go with the flow, like water flowing. And don't be afraid to be alone, and don't equate being alone with being lonely. It's not the same thing. These could be people that you're close to, because again, full moons are about endings, and Libra is about the seventh house. So again, our closest one-on-one relationships. This could be breaking up with, a mate that you thought was the one, breaking up with somebody that you thought was your best friend, ceasing to speak to somebody in your family, you know, could be all those kind of things. Um, Somebody could pass away too. Of course, I don't wish that on anybody. But I also got that just finding yourself in a place like, what am I going to do? And this is also within the next within this like 2 week period. Well, then somebody may have passed away already, and you just really in this 2 week period like feeling their absence, because it's like, I don't know how to do this without them. What would they do? Or or they would support me if they were here. They would hold me up. Like, now what? Now who do I lean on? And we just may find ourselves needing to spend time with ourselves and go through something by ourselves. But again, the spirit is saying that's okay. It's okay. Like, all is well. I think one of the cards said that specifically, right? Yeah. Detach, trust, free fall. Have faith that all will be well. So just surrender into that energy. 3D life. The here and now. Oh, what the? Wow. We got marriage, legal partnership, commitment, marital bond, and societal contract. This is divorce though for somebody. Yes, the card is marriage, but it's with this. It's part of this separation. So it's the marriage, and it's again, full moons are about endings. It's the marriage is coming to an end. And it doesn't have to be literal, but again, this is somebody or something that we're really tied to, and it could be involving our closest one-on-one relationships. It may be an actual legitimate legal marriage, but it doesn't have to be. It could be just something, like the expression goes, something you're married to, something you're tied to, something, you felt you were going to be joined at the hip with forever, is coming to an end. For some people, it already did. Like I said, somebody already left. So maybe they, again, maybe they passed away. Maybe you're a widow or widower, or, it's like the death that I was feeling was of a situation. And so that's already happened. But now is when you're starting. So maybe like you get in the mail over this period, you receive in the mail the divorce decree or whatever it is. And you really feel like, okay, I can do the fresh start now. That's what's happening in 3D life. Legal partnership, commitment, marital bond, and societal contract. Now, for some, of course, it is going to be exactly what it says. Commitments deepening, maybe even to the extent of an actual marriage, getting married and having a fresh start together. But for others, this solitude comes with it as part of it, because again, it's of a marriage, of a relationship that is ending, not starting. Or for some, it'll be both, right? Just one situation is ending, and that allows another one to finally begin, that maybe was put on hold. Looking at this, pause, right? No, don't do it yet. Wait until that's over, and then you can start this other relationship. Anyway, solitude says retreat, introspection, silence, go deep within yourself. At the heart of the matter, so here's the crossing card. We'll put that to the side for a second. At the heart of the matter, we have alone. See, this whole line in the middle is about this sort of these endings, which is what full moons are all about, and just feeling like you're on your own. Abandoned, lonely, lost. The divine is with you though. So again, all is well. And because you are alone, doesn't mean you have to feel lonely. Isn't it funny how they use the exact same words that I did? But yeah, I'm going to make that point again. You don't have to, they're not the same thing. They're not mutually exclusive. You don't have to feel lonely or be lonely because you're alone. Like you can be in your own company and you're surrounded by the divine, your angels, your ancestors, and you can also, look to live living loved ones as well. It could be a sense of alone again because you're missing somebody that's passed, and so you're going through something and they're not here. If they had been here, you'd feel more supported. And so it's the first time you're having to go through something like this by yourself for somebody. Split energy, maybe because of that. You just feel like you're all over the place as a result. Options, unfocused, multitasking, and deciding what you really want. And maybe in part because somebody that you're dealing with, they say you're twin flame, but it could be somebody else. It's just not whoever this other person, like in the seventh house relationship with you, their your vibrations doesn't match. So maybe that's why you're like, well, we've been friends 20 years. Like, how could we not, how could we have such a huge fight and stop speaking? Your vibration has outgrown theirs. You're ascending and they're not. They're unawakened, unaware, 3D, ego, darkness. Your twin flame is not ready yet. But again, I'm feeling that doesn't have to be specific to your twin flame. It could be whoever the seventh house relationship represents in that placement. And crossing those is fifth dimension, intuitive communication. You are connected at the soul level. So there is still communication with the divine, maybe communication with a romantic partner, a soulmate. So even if you're fighting, arguing, in separation, not speaking, something happens in the 3D, in the 5D, the connection remains, the energetic connection remains, and you can still communicate. Love specifically. Hidden path. Detour. Slow down. Explore. Go in a new direction. You may meet somebody new, especially if you're single, that's great. But even if you're already involved with somebody, there could be a twist that pops up that leads you in a new direction, or something involving a job, a move. Your hours change. You're moving around or something. Is what I'm getting. Something changes that causes you, yes, to be going in a new direction, and that's okay too. It's like part of your, it's part of your path. It's part of your journey. So even if that leads you to a relationship with someone unexpected, and maybe hard your heart or your head or both set on somebody in particular or a particular type of relationship, you're still guided to go ahead and go along with this. Oh my God! You know what's so cool? Okay, so I said this is a love specific placement. Look at the card. Not only the hidden path and going in a new direction and meeting somebody, but specifically to romance in this love placement. Reveal. I'm sorry, revel. I said reveal. Revel. So like really get into it and get into it, as they say. Enjoy it, love it, roll around in it. Flow, savor, entice, and open yourself to romance. And fall. Change is in the air. Your answers arrive in the fall. And with these cards sitting here right next to the marriage, maybe that's this is about the progression too. So something is initiated in the summer. Again, we have a beginning. By the fall, there's another shift. Crossing those cards is beliefs. So there's something about being traditional or non-traditional, religiosity versus spirituality, maybe that comes up in the situation. You might have very different belief systems about something. It could be political too. One's a Republican, one's a Democrat. Again, it could be religious. One's Catholic, one's an atheist. You get the idea. Could be something with age too, but there's some sort of very stark difference. Let's see what the card says. Yeah, similar or clashing belief systems can bring you together or keep you apart. Yeah, that's what I was feeling too. Like I said, I just got these cards. So I don't know what they say. Um, I just used them once before, one reading before. It was a client reading. And lastly, the energy that we're going into the new moon in Taurus with is transformation, breakthrough, reinvention. You're ready for the next level. And I don't think that we're taking these into the new moon. I think this is what we're moving on from. I think this cards like are in the right order. So it's a transformation and moving on, transitioning from or beyond denial, which is repressed emotions, rejections, being unable to see the below surface. Like with this ascension, with this growth, we're moving beyond this. And deception. Deception is what was here and what caused us maybe to have a rift with this loved one, a person that was close to us, and maybe brought our relationship to an end, and we're moving beyond that with the transformation. Mask, illusion, duplicity. Look beyond the superficial. And it could be around Scorpio time. Is that fall? Is that considered fall? I guess so, because winter doesn't officially start till December 21st, right? The winter solstice. So October, November would be fall. Scorpio. Transformation, the butterflies giving me Scorpio, the fall. And Scorpio, of course, comes immediately after Libra. 8th house of shared income, joint funds, and things like inheritances and stuff. So again, for that could be part of somebody's story too. And maybe when it really, unfolds or pays, like literally pays off the inheritance or whatever, maybe we'll be like in the Scorpio time frame. Crossing those cards is receive. So we're getting something. There is some sort of something that comes back to us. Open-minded, abundant, and ready. It's your time to receive. So this is the energy we're going into the next moon phase with. And again, that'll be Taurus, which is another earth sign and is ruled by Venus as well, in addition to this Libra moon. So there should be abundance that comes with that. Makes a lot of sense. Now I'm going to mix these up again and do the love or relationship spread from the perspective of the masculine with these same cards. We'll just quickly do this. What was I going to tell you? So, like I said, this moon is going to be in a different house. It'll be a different house for all of us. So, if you are an actual Libra moon, I guess, or even in Sun, for you, it's in your first house of self and self-expression. If you are a Scorpio, it is in your second house of earned income, as opposed to, again, what I said would normally be, you would be 8th house in that case. It would be your second house of earned income as opposed to other people's money with the 8th house. And so it'll be you receiving rewards from your work, your career. So like that spread where I was seeing, energies for work and career, maybe that's how it relates to you. And that's how you're going to come into some sort of abundance through that. So after Scorpio, Sagittarius, 3rd house, communication. So you may find, something coming to an end, maybe difficulty communicating coming to an end, and balance being restored. The scales of balance with the Libra in your communication. Capricorn, 4th house of foundation. So something involving your home, your family that's been going on, coming to an end. And, oh, look, I just, as I'm talking about your home and your family, I just opened to a card called home. What's the other one say? The other one is karmic partner. So who was I talking about? Capricorns. Something could be going on there with you, with your home, with your partner. And it doesn't have to be a romantic partner. That could be a roommate. That could be anybody. Again, think closest one-on-one relationships, but something funky may be happening for you guys. Something coming to an end that, leads to a new beginning of some sort. After Capricorn. Aquarius. So your 5th house of pleasure. And so on and so on, right? Pisces is your 6th house. Union. I like the way this relationship spread is starting. Our overall energy is union. Reconciliation, eternal love. Your time has come. The next card is in reverse, but it is forgive. Okay. Divine feminine. The masculine as it relates to the feminine. To himself. The union or connection as a whole. Overall, what energy the masculine would have the feminine give to the union or connection if it were up to him, like if he could tell her how to behave, what to do, what energy he himself is bringing, what energy the universe would have both archetypes, both masculine and feminine, give to the union or connection. And the universe actually wants to help us to accomplish this if we are so willing to allow it to, right, with our free will. And this is the one we'll be going into the next phase, the new moon in Taurus with. Divine feminine. Inner child, playful, happy, enjoy the present moment, live to the fullest. So if something, happens in your life, might be something new that happens, a new energy at least that's surrounding you. It's fun. It's allowing you to be playful, maybe to be a little bit nostalgic, have a good time. Enjoy it. Don't try to give it a name. Don't try to control it. Don't try to, just let it happen. Be happy. Enjoy the present moment. Okay, and live life to the fullest. The masculine as it relates to the feminine. Lessons, knowledge, understanding. Look for the lesson in this situation. Even for those who have some sort of falling out, of course, if it's meant to be your lifelong soulmate, it's temporary. Well, everything is temporary anyway. So even if there is a falling out, you look for what was I supposed to gain out of this situation. These karmic situations are all about us learning a lesson, and when we complete them, we complete the lesson, then we can move on. We cease to repeat it. But if we don't learn the lesson and we don't implement it into our lives, we keep repeating the same types of situations over and over again. Masculine as it relates to himself, like what he's dealing with on his own and what he's feeling. Ego, pride, jealousy, self-preservation, walls. So he's guided to let his guard down. And the union or connection as a whole. Oh, isn't this a beautiful card for that placement? Our overall energy is union. The card representing the union is mirroring. Reflection, twin, wholeness, synchronicity abounds. Overall, destruction. So there's some sort of tower moment coming, and that's not always a bad thing. For me, it's never a bad thing. Like some people are like, "Oh my God, the tower! Oh no!" And even when the tower is challenging, it's still ultimately for a good reason. Like something positive comes out of it. So I always try to look at the bright side, but I can see even in the card itself, on the horizon, the light. That's the positivity. And it even says here on the card too, new opportunities. Tower moment, unexpected change, and new opportunities. What energy the masculine would have the feminine give to the union or connection if it were up to him? Divine timing. Like, chill out, lady, Patience, perseverance, peace, and trust that the divine knows when. We can't rush him. We can't force him into a situation. That just pushes them away. That's the runner-chaser dynamic. But if we can find a way to be patient. What energy the masculine himself is bringing right now? It's self-worth, because he's got this ego thing he's dealing with. value, self-esteem, confidence. Be empowered by valuing yourself. And what the universe wants to help us with, or God wants to help us with. Summer wants to help us with that thing coming about in summer, again, kicking off in the summertime. It's time to see the sunny side, and your answers will arrive in summer. Didn't I just say that in the last spread? I said that whatever this romance thing is, it starts in the summer. And into, wow, into the Taurus new moon was when we have the separation. No contact, 5D, dreams, nightmares, focus on your own happiness. So let's clarify that one. I will take the next upright card as I mentioned. So it's this one. Perception. So maybe you just need to spend a little time by yourself in order to be able to look at things from a different angle, look at things in a different way. And that may cause you to see some red flags, also to realize where you had been perhaps delusional and, you were giving into fantasy. Also, this new perspective that comes up, and see through your own false beliefs. So that's why you need to spend time by yourself. It's not negative. I would be greedy, but the next card is also in reverse. So I'll use these two that I didn't use for our advice. The first one for the feminine. Let's see if it's feminine. Fertility. This is the time when we can be getting pregnant. If you're not getting pregnant, somebody that's waiting, like you're waiting for your period, you're wanting it to come down, that happens too. Also, this can be creating any sort of new thing and like giving birth to something new, to working on a creative project. It sort of has Empress feels, this card. Fresh ideas, manifest, growth, and plant your seeds. And for the masculine, we have free will, choices, decisions, contact, inaction. Action can't be forced. Didn't I just say that? We cannot force him to do anything. He's got to do it with his free will. I think that's a perfect place to end. I hope you guys have enjoyed the reading. I'll be back with the general. Namaste. Oh, not the general. The weekly. Because now I do one reading that is general. So it does it does a general aspect. It does what's going on with the people and things around us. Work and finance, love and relationship, physical health, and spiritual health. I compacted all into one reading. So I'll be back with that. Thanks for watching. Please do like, share, subscribe, and comment. I do appreciate it. Namaste.